How's it going? Whoa, how's it going, folks? Welcome to. I started a little bit early. Welcome to the Industry Mind Games. Welcome back. So we're here with Lanvi Nguyen. Hi, Lanvi.
Hi guys.
Her face is actually injured, so she cannot go ahead and show her face.
That sounds so weird, but okay, yeah. Sorry guys.
She has a slight cut on her face, so she's embarrassed about it. Well, that's okay. So Lanvi, what do you do in esports? What is your main role that you perform in esports?
In esports, my main role I would say is just someone who collaborates with other esports figures and just start up events for the community. It's definitely something I've been doing for a while now.
Cool. So Lanvi's really modest. I'll just say it for her because she's really modest. Which makes her awesome. But Lanvi is one of the founders or the president, I think, right now of eSports at UCI, and she also is probably the main person behind Zotcade, which is a really popular event, a collegiate event down in Southern California, which is great. So Lanvi is very, very highly respected within the Southern California community, and very happy to have her on. So Lanvi, thank you again for being on.
No, thank you.
Yeah. So Lanvi, so I guess we'll just jump right into Zotcade because that's pretty much the biggest thing, kind of what's going on with yours. So when it comes time for a new Zotcade, when you're like, yeah, it's Zotcade time. What's the first step of planning? Where does that go first?
Oh boy. Well, for me, especially with a lot of my original collaborators that I worked with Zotcade in previous years, most of them have graduated and, moving on with their lives. So it's been very difficult to get plans going. So my first thing to do was to gather as many volunteers and just people who share the same goal and passion as what the original creators did and what Zotcade is about, and then start delegating tasks and get going from there. It's really hard to get people because Zotcade is completely like a voluntary event. No one gets paid for it, so it's definitely difficult. But I'm so glad that I've met a large group of people who are very passionate and just very open-minded about this. So I definitely had some struggle with finding more people, but from the people I have so far, I'm pretty excited. And after that, things just get rolling. If you find the right people, things will fall into place.
Yeah. So do you go ahead and take people based purely off of the motivations and the passions of it, or are you looking more towards competency, and then if maybe if they have the passion toward it, you can go ahead and push it. I mean, but are you looking for competency or love and passion for it?
A little bit of both, because obviously, like, people who are very passionate but cannot really provide much help in specific areas that I need, they become our volunteers for the day of event. But it's definitely one of the first things I look into. Definitely the first things I look into people as a start, and then after that, I ask them like, hey, what skills do you have, and then I start placing them into teams.
Cool. So do you use like a team system then, and then you kind of manage like a general?
Yeah.
Is that the structure you go with?
Yeah, so everyone's divided into specific teams. There's marketing, and then tech, and community, and tournaments. So those are the four main ones I can think of right now that I have people in. All the other people who don't want to commit too much time, then they become our general volunteers.
Cool. And so how big are these teams usually? How big do you like to keep them, or is it just how many people you have available that can help?
I like to keep them from 3 to 5 people at most per team. Any more than that, there will be people who won't be working, and then there's going to be lots of problems there. And then any less than that, then everyone would be doing too much work. So I don't want to overwork any of my volunteers. They all share their time with us, um, and the last thing I want to do is to make them hate Zotcade and hate the work for it. So I definitely try to do my best to, give incentives and actually, help out. As a general manager, I put myself in all the teams and I help them out in every way.
Awesome. Yeah. So what? I guess when you're looking at Zotcade, what's the goal for Zotcade? What do you what's the mindset where you're going? What do we want to accomplish this season for Zotcade?
Zotcade, I want to accomplish the idea that, how do I word this? Well, every year we try to grow our expected attendees, hopefully by the hundreds. Our first year we had 300 people show up, which was 200 more than we expected. Our second year we actually hit our mark for 500. So this year, I wouldn't say want more, but definitely 500 is still the number I would like to keep. And I want everyone to have the idea that, gaming is not, you're by yourself. You're not separated by screens in front of you, but rather it's a community thing. You can come together and play with other people, and it just creates a healthier environment for all kinds of gamers, whether it's PC, console, or whatever other gamers there are, whether you're hardcore or just for funsies. So that's the atmosphere I want to create at Zotcade.
Yeah, so when you're going ahead and trying to create the atmosphere, do you go ahead with a kind of big picture in mind and then kind of scale back, or do you go ahead step by step and build the process?
I like the step-by-step process. I'm very ambitious. I have dreams and I have this big goal in mind, but I'm also a realist. I like to scale things properly and know that this is what we have. This is all the resources we have right now. What can we accomplish with this? Can we push ourselves a little bit more past the limit that we have set for us, and just build from there, like step by step.
Yeah, and so you guys are completely? Does the school help you guys out at all with Dotcade, or is it all sponsor based or crowdfunded? What's the main kind of money flow coming in for Zotcade?
Um, I would say majority of the money flow has been funded by school. They have a wonderful funding program for organizations on campus. They've helped out with paying our venues, and we've even looked into the Green Initiative for power efficient technology used at Zotcade. So that was also funded for. Yay, go green! And and sponsors do help out a lot, but I would say the money flow does come majority from school. They they have so many resources that, if we don't take advantage of it, it'd be a waste.
Yeah. So, wow. How do you go out planning out the day plan for Zotcade in terms of when the events are happening, when the doors open, when they close?
Um, it depends on what the school allows us, because school is very restrictive on whether we can have it open. From the earliest they would let us open is 7 a.m. and the latest they'll let us close is 11 p.m. So 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. per day. um, and also venues are really hard to book because they're very competitive with companies and faculty and other organizations. But let's say in the perfect situation we were able to get all of that. I would love to open as soon as possible. Hopefully we have set up the day before. Once we have that day set, we'll have registration running probably in the first 5 hours of the event. The rest of the hours will allow just free admission, walk in, walk out, and then so that would be for registration. For tournaments, if we get a whole day like that, that would be wonderful. We would be able to do tournaments um, at the event itself. Previous years, we've been doing tournaments online up to the finals, and then finals live at the event. Um, that's because we've been having a lot of events signed up because we have Super Smash Brothers, Street Fighter, League of Legends, Dota, StarCraft, and this year hopefully we'll get more gamers and more communities involved. So we'll definitely we're expanding. We want to hit all the games. We don't want to hit a specific set, but we want to hit all the games. This is for everyone, no matter who you are. If you play MapleStory, despite me not liking that game so much, you're welcome to come and play MapleStory. Like it doesn't hurt. It's fun. You get to sit next to someone, and maybe you might make a new friend.
Yeah. And hey, man, MapleStory does have that Attack on Titan update today. You guys got to go ahead and check that out. I might make it.
Really?
Yeah, I might make an account just for that.
Oh my gosh! I didn't even know that.
It's actually really cool. So after you watch this, guys, go ahead on to MapleStory. I guarantee you you'll see this big Attack on Titan update. That's really cool. But
Thanks for the plug-in.
Yeah, plug in MapleStory. MapleStory, give me Nexon, please, money, please.
Oh my gosh.
So how do you go about picking the games? Is it the communities that are at UCI? Are you picking? Because I mean, obviously you could have a Halo event if you'd like, but I mean, if there's no Halo players, you might not be able to even be worth running the tournament. I mean, where do you go about picking what games you're gonna go ahead and run for Zocade, and the mindset behind picking each one?
I like to study. I know it sounds creepy, but I study people. I'm very caught up with all the esports and what is common, what do students have available here, and what do they play the most. I mean, yeah, you might say, okay, that limits it to just League of Legends, right, or Super Smash Brothers. Those are two of the many games that people play a lot, like often, because usually, computer is accessible. In Super Smash Brothers, I just feel like we have a wonderful community at UCI. But as for the other games, for me, I want to help build their community because I've noticed that, StarCraft and Dota, their communities are kind of wavering. I don't blame them though because, everyone plays more than just one game. So we want to make other games rise up and become just as exciting and get the same opportunity and awareness that esports gives to the other games. So once I have that mindset, I go out and I ask, like, hey, you guys love playing Dota, are you guys interested? Of course, there's going to be a little push for them to, build I will do my half and they have to do their half, okay? So I give them the opportunity to do something big, but for them, they need to step up their game, show their passion, and definitely push to do a great job at hosting their tournaments to get people more involved and just more excited. Anyone excited would definitely be more inclined to participate.
Yeah. So what's trying to think of what my question was.
Sorry.
Well, no. Now I'm thinking about something else. What do you go ahead and try to really focus on for Zotcade? I mean, is it more the tournament stuff? Is it more production? Is it just getting people in the door? I mean, when you get people in the door, what's the focus there? Is it on production? Is it on the tournament play?
Once I get everyone in the door, my actual focus is to get people to sit down and play. It doesn't matter what they're playing. If they don't have something to play with, we have tournaments that they can watch. We definitely stream that for everyone to be able to see, what is this game really about? Someone who has never played League of Legends can come in and watch, the League of Legends finals at Zotcade, and they're just going to be like, whoa, what the heck, that game looks exciting. Then they can sit down, download the game, and then just play. They have people sitting all around them surrounded by people who are good at the game, new to the game, or just, amateur. Doesn't matter. I want people to just be able to sit down and talk to the person to the left and to the right and still be able to enjoy whatever game they're playing in front of them.
Cool. So it's like a social aspect kind of a thing that you're
Yes.
focusing on more so than anything else.
Mhm.
Got it. And so I'm guessing that sort of expands into the esports at UCI as well. In that community, it's more focused on that more so than it is the games themselves.
Yes. Esports at UCI, it's supposed to be an umbrella. You're supposed to be able to play one game and find out that there's another game that looks the same, or or just be able to experience new games within the community and have people around you to help you with that. Other than just exploring games yourself, it might be, boring, or the experience might not be as awesome. Because if your friend recommended you a game, wouldn't you play with him?
Yes, maybe. Depends who the friend was.
Let's say I recommended you to play. I don't know. I'm recently in love with the game The Forest. Like, come play with me. It's really awesome. I'll help you throughout the whole game. Would you play with me?
So yeah, what I'm guessing that that's sort of the mindset you got behind for even starting esports at UCI then.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
yeah. So how does managing that? I'm guessing a community like that kind of manages itself, but I mean, how do you go ahead and manage it if anything gets out of hand, or do you go ahead and even put your hand into that?
Um, I try to be less involved in their own personal communities, but we like to congregate in sort of like a committee style, and everyone would be like, okay, League of Legends Club is having um, a mini LAN tournament next Friday. Is anyone interested? Can you guys let your communities know that we have this event going on? Do you guys want to help? Like, um, that's what we're here for. We're here to help each other. My job is to help all of them get the resources that they need. Because I've been able to talk to a lot of wonderful organizations such as IEEE, or even, the organization, or sorry, ASUCI, who helps fund for. I hope you don't hear that, but so helps fund for those things. So I can let all the communities know, like, this is possible. You want to do this? I'll help you get that. I'll help you bringing the power strips and the cables, anything you need, and I'll make it happen.
Cool. So, oh, while I have you here, if you go ahead and watched the video that I did with Mr. Dylan Hornbrook, you can go ahead and check that up on the channel. That's up here as well. Probably link
He's
it
an
in
awesome
here.
guy.
Yeah, I'll probably link it in here as well. We did go ahead and have a long discussion about College of Casting, and your name did come up on that. So I'll probably link this one and that one and that one and this one. Your name did go ahead and come up. So I mean, any words on College of Casting, and so how that kind of came about, or how you kind of what you did for that, and how you feel about college casting.
I love College of Casting. College of Casting was I think one of the greatest things I've done within my life. Like, I'm so glad that I was able to talk to Dylan and meet him, and be able to talk about starting this organization. Of course, he had the idea a long time ago, but like, I think we were introduced by Riot Jaws himself. So once we got that going on, he recruited me onto his um, to this event, and then College of Casting just grew into a wonderful organization. It's it's definitely kind of not as active as it used to be, but it's still there for the same reasons that it was there before. Is that to help anyone who wants to build their casting career in shoutcasting in any way. I mean, for me, I've never shoutcasted before, and then College of Casting actually taught me a lot. I started casting a lot. Chris here was one of my very first partners that I shoutcasted with, so it was very exciting. I'm sure you remember that.
I do. It was for the Good Guy Gaming tournament. It's G3 Gaming, guys. If you want to go ahead and talk to them, I think their site and their stuff is still up. Iron Draconis is the head of that organization.
Yeah.
Very nice guy.
They have a great group too. Definitely look into that. what they stand for and what they do is awesome. You guys, if you don't know who he of Iron is, he's awesome. Um, yeah. Other than that, I guess like college casting, esports at UCI, Zotcade. Those are my the three things that I'm very proud of. Um, in my in my lifespan of esports. Does that sound correct? I
Yeah.
don't know. But yeah, I mean, all of it just started with simple, a simple passion for games into something like this. It's definitely surprised me along the way.
Absolutely. Anything else you want to go ahead and add on for people that maybe want to get into it, or maybe anyone that wants to sort of jump on? Any advice? Anything?
Uh, for esports in general or college of casting?
Oh well, guys. First off, just join College of Casting. Like Lanvi said, if you're interested in casting, and like I said in the other video too, College of Casting is still there. I actually like it a little bit better now because it's less of a like job
Spam.
posting site and more of a here's a video of me casting. How can I get better? Which is awesome. I think that's a lot more effective than actually just posting jobs and having you guys sign on. But yeah, and you can get advice from me, from Mr. Zyrene himself. You can go ahead and find the VODs of us two casting that well-played tournament where Aiden got his start or his big break, and then go ahead and watch me flounder and try to live up to his greatness. But you can go ahead and check that out. But seriously, guys, go ahead and join College Casting if you're interested in casting. But Lanvi, no, if someone wants to get involved in esports, what would you tell them? Any kind of advice or anything at all?
Well, first, come talk to me. Just kidding. Well,
Don't
you
talk
can
to her.
talk to me.
Don't
You
talk
can
to
talk
her.
to me if you want. Or, I mean, esports all starts with your community. You find your community. If it's there, get involved. You know, and volunteer yourself for just to help and to do little things because those little things can grow to really big things. And you never know. Don't don't do these things to get attention or to get noticed. You will eventually get noticed, trust me, if you do good work. You don't need to say anything or put your name anywhere. Trust me, if you do great things, people will know you. There is no way to avoid that. Um, yeah, get involved with your community. Um, and even more, if you want to expand on that, get involved with the community of your game. League of Legends has their forums and their Reddit. You never know, a writer might be scrolling through that and reading it. So get involved, help people out. Like if they ask, like, hey, I don't understand what this patch note is saying, you know, definitely start talking there. All those little things will definitely get you far with esports. And then if you want to do more like event planning, which is what I'm more um, experienced in doing, talk to your school. Say, hey, I want to do this event. Is it possible? And work it out with them. Trust me, my school for a long time has rejected the idea of having a LAN or BYOC, everyone bringing in their own computer. It's dangerous. It's a high-risk event. Schools don't like that. But do a good job, be thorough with your planning, and once you get that going and do a great job, the school's going to learn of your reputation, and then they're just going to welcome you to do the event every year now. So try that, guys. That's definitely a lot to take in, but just do little things. Little things matter.
And if that doesn't work, guys, you can always go ahead and shoot him that grade A smile that Lanvi has, and maybe they'll go ahead and help you out.
Don't forget to bat your eyelashes.
So guys, with that being said, Lanvi, thank you again for coming on. Any final shout-outs, anything you want to say before we end it out here?
Shout out to Chris. He's an awesome guy. You guys definitely should keep watching his VODs. Shout out to Ben, Cable, John, my boyfriend, of course, Aiden, and Michael Sherman. Okay, I can go on forever, but those people, they're awesome. Oh, Dylan too. Those people are awesome. They all helped me get to where I am now. So you guys should definitely, if you have the chance, say hi to them. Tweet them something. I hope Chris will like link their Twitter in there, and you guys should just say hi and maybe get a conversation going.
Yeah, absolutely. And all the people that you just mentioned do have dates planned to go ahead and record one of these as well, or already have been recorded. Uh, so very exciting there. So go ahead and check out their videos for this as well.
Mhm.
All right, guys. So please, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and have a good day.